versus processed foods. The processed foods in my house is minimal compared to like whole foods in my house.
So you might often catch Janess on her Youthful Vegan page on Instagram. Just check out her stories, making some delicious dishes and recipes. I often see her kids involved too. They're so hands-on. I love it. Janess, tell us more about some of the things that your kids enjoy and some of the dishes that you like.
Well, actually, I was telling you about doubles earlier on, so my daughters are doubles fanatic. And that's right, because I think I probably ate doubles almost every day when I was pregnant with her, believe it or not. I clearly crave doubles with her. So she loves it. But okay. As simple as the song is really true. They love rice and peas and tofu. Rice, peas, and tofu and veggies, they honestly clean it up when I give them those types of food.
What is tofu? Because I feel like some people don't fully understand what that is.
Tofu is made from soybeans. So basically it's extracting the milk from soybeans and then it goes through a fermentation process to then create the curds. So similar to dairy, it'll form curds, milk curds when it's fermented, and those milk curds are pressed and then formed into a block with the different types of tofu that they have.
And you can mix this up and put it in curry, you can put it in...
Lots of stuff. And I mean, even if people are skeptical with tofu, that's not the only plant protein source. I mean, there are lots of peas and beans, like I said, quinoa. I mean, so many grains have protein. All vegetables have protein, just varying amounts. Of course, I would say peas and beans and legumes and those things are some of the best ways to get the protein if you do not want to have tofu. So you can do so much stuff with that. I mean, I make them into burger patties, meatballs, all these sorts of stuff. Even chickpeas and stuff. You could do things like chickpea scrambles.
I saw you had a sausage recipe on your website.
Yes, I do. But recently I've been going crazy about this buffalo kale dip that I've made recently with like silken tofu, kale, and buffalo sauce, and baked in the oven with like some vegan cheese. It's really lovely. But like I said, I do a lot of stews, and that's normally like my comfort food during the week. I love like lentil stews and those sorts of stuff, and it's a great way for me to incorporate lots of veggies for my kids. I do lots of coleslaws. I mean, really, honestly, really simple stuff. Yes, I like my gourmet meals, but...
She's being modest. When I tell you, visit her website, you will see that these are some fantastic dishes that you wouldn't even believe. Is it possible that this could be vegan? It looks so delicious and appetizing and filling. Oh my goodness, too.
That's it.
Yeah.
For me, I try to that my food has color too.
Yes.
Having a lot of color is important. However, I do have a bit of challenges because my husband is a vegetarian that does not like vegetables. So I have to get quite creative with his dishes to incorporate those veggies in them. My kids are actually not the picky one.
Now let's talk about flavor, because we are in sweet tea and tea. How do you incorporate that original Trinidadian flavor that everyone loves and apparently flies many miles over the seas to come and have and taste? How do you incorporate that into your dishes?
Well, if you mean like, I guess you could say like our green seasoning maybe.
Could be.
So I make my own green seasoning, or I actually buy from a company who, makes it locally and with no preservatives and stuff. So I would say I add a lot of that to my dishes, a lot of pimentos, a lot of coconut milk, fresh coconut milk, love it. In as much things as I can put it in. Lots of herbs, spices. I mean, as I said, I have to be practical a lot of times with my kids, my family, making things that are easy. So, of course I have my favorites. My certain things that I stick to, certain herbs and stuff that I stick to.
My favorite right now is anything tamarind. I will have tamarind sauce on everything if I could. I also love mango chutneys, curry, curry is there. I love just anything that has a dark hue to it, like a deep reddish hue to it. Yes. So Janess had these insatiable beetroot and chocolate pancakes. She said chocolate. So it's not what we think, milk chocolatey chips. They're what, cocoa nibs?
So actually the date frosting one is made with cocoa and dates and coconut milk, pinch of salt and vanilla. It's phenomenal, and it's refined sugar free, of course. So I mean, dates are still extremely sweet. Not saying you should go and eat a ton of dates, but it's definitely a healthier way to have a chocolate dessert or chocolate frosting with lots of health benefits versus using icing sugar or those things where it comes with none. I mean, has no benefits to our bodies.
And I think that's also part of the beauty of making your own food, is that you get to be in relationship with the food too. It's amazing what you can do with a date. It's amazing what you can do with the different textures, how you grate it, how you break it down, the soaking. All of these things has a process. It's also a relationship and in part spiritual. So you get that. As opposed to maybe just picking something up quick all the time. You don't know what happened behind, not to say that it's malicious, but you don't build that same relationship with your food that you would if you had made it from farm to table, from home to your hand, to your heart, to your mouth. That it's truly an unforgettable experience.
It is. But I mean, I can't understand if people have challenges with cooking and stuff like that. But it's still always great to try and experiment, because like you said, it is really important to know what you're putting into your body and have a good relationship with food. And I think we need to teach our children the same. I think that's something, because it kind of, it bothers me a lot. We have a lot of health issues in Trinidad, and I think a lot of it comes with the amount of sugar and processed food that we're now eating, and we need to change that when it comes to children. We need to change this idea that children only like these things, that children only like this, or chicken nuggets and fries, or really basic stuff. And that comes with because we
didn't introduce it.
They only like mac and cheese. Oh, my kid will only eat mac and cheese. I'm sorry, that's all they eat. Or plain mac. No, you can. They will eat other things if we be consistent. And if we make them aware of it, if we show it to them, if it's in our homes, if it's incorporated in our life. So a lot of times it's the parents who need to alter their lifestyles and what they're stocking their homes with and what they speak to their children about, and make them have a positive relationship with food as well. I mean, they're not going to love everything.
Yeah, naturally.
But I have a lot of issues with that. I mean, when I go to restaurants, the kids' menus, I mean, my kids can't eat anything on a kid's menu. And I find it very unfortunate that a kid's menu is mac and cheese, cheeseburger, Alfredo, nothing
Pizza.
that is healthy. Nothing that is healthy. And I'm not saying it needs to be completely healthy because they want to enjoy it.
But have more options.
Have more options. And let's get rid of this aspect that children only want to eat these foods. If we continue to give it to them, that's what they're going to want to eat. But we can change that.
We can.
Yeah.